How does Finn Balor perform the coup de grace without killing his opponent? Here's the secret. DSK, what's the secret behind the coup de grace?
There's no secret, he's dead, Maven. As soon as I feel impact, I try and drop to my knees and take the pressure off of him. This way all the pressure goes onto my knees and I'm falling on the ground and not on him with all my weight.
Now I noticed Finn takes the bump backwards and you took it forwards. Is that a momentum thing?
I think that's just a personal preference thing.
Gotcha.
I do it forward, he does it backwards. I've never done it that way and I would be afraid to even try it.
It looked devastating.
Good.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But that's just one of the many iconic WWE moves we'll be breaking down in this video. And up next, it's John Cena's attitude adjustment.
Look at the power of Cena. Triple H. Incredible. Hey, again.
So Brian, the attitude adjustment, one of the most famous finishers performed by one of the most famous WWE stars of all time. But how is it done?
You really just want to get a guy from stomach down to the back, and it's just all just power. It's that hoist and that one smooth move. You also kind of want to come down at the same time as your opponent, so the mat's not getting that ricochet, that boom, boom effect, you know, boom, one flush bump. Everyone lands safely at the same time, and that's the goal.
Obviously, John being as strong as he is helps. But John's opponent, what's his role? Is he posting off? Is he hoisting himself
The opponent
over?
can post and help, but really, I mean, it's just a big super squat almost with a press that you just got to man up and get done.
It's all about strength.
There's a lot of things in wrestling. It's like when it comes to the point to do it in the match, it's like you got to man up and do it.
Just got to do it.
It is what it is. Yeah.
It's all about power.
Yes.
We're gonna have to find someone else to do it then. Nah, we're gonna let you do it. Sparrow, Jeff Hardy popularized the Swanton bomb, making it a move that everyone in the arena paid money to see. But how do you do it?
Well, nobody does it like Jeff, maybe.
Nobody.
But when you're on the top rope, it's all about getting that extension, that full swan dive, looking up until it's too late, tucking the chin, landing your upper shoulders on your opponent, and rolling off of them.
Yeah, now I'm assuming the opponent, he has a job to do.
Be ready for the top of my shoulders to hit your midsection here, but if you give me this nice soft pillow, I'm just gonna bounce right off. It hurts more me than it hurts them because I land my lower back on the canvas here.
Now I know Jeff prides himself on getting distance. How do you like to do it? Closer to the corner?
There's a balance where you can find in between because I want to make it look pretty as pretty as I can. So as long as I can get that extension, it can be closer or far.
You gonna show us how it's done?
Yes, I am.
I look forward to it. Now, Brian, one of the most common moves you'll see in almost every WWE match, a simple punch. I know you've been potatoed, I have too. How do you do it, make it look good, and not affect your opponent's jawline?
It's just part of the deal, right? It's part of the understanding of pro wrestling. Like sometimes you're gonna get tagged by accident, stiffed, potatoed. You know, there's a lot of catchphrases for it. Strikes are like almost like on feel, and that, like kind of everyone finds their own way, different ways. Some people just, they're never good at throwing a fake punch. Like, you know, they gotta walk away from it. Like you gotta find something else. We call, you know, a flipper or a forearm. You know, there's always alternative ways to get a strike in. Also, there's where your hand, you know, if I was really gonna fight someone, my fist would be as hard as I could and I'm trying to kill him. Here I kind of have this like, it looks like a fist, but if you grab it, it's a loosey-goosey. That way, in case I do tag you or you move by accident and I hit you, not where I thought I was gonna hit you, it's not gonna be my full hard clenched fist.
For me, I was always, when I get to this point, bringing this elbow down.
Trying to pull it away. Yeah, that's the thing. You're trying to not make the contact as stiff as it would be.
You could show us how it's done?
Sure, I'll show you my way to do it.
Yeah. Definitely want to see yours. Just not on me.
Over the top, Will gave the land to the top of his head. Absolutely incredible.
VSK, one of the most devastating moves is the Canadian Destroyer. It looks deadly. I'm glad I don't have to take it. What's the secret?
It's similar to a regular pile driver, right?
Yeah.
When I land, I want to land with my butt on the ground, with my knees up a little bit so that the guy's head has somewhere to go. When I grab on, I'm basically grabbing their waist. I'm going to do a front flip, and I'm going to hope that guy can do a back flip and get himself over into a safe position where I have this little area where his head can go without smashing into the ground.
Now, you said hope. Is this a move that you're going to get with your opponent beforehand and make sure he's comfortable doing it?
I would love to say yes,
But
that would be a lie.
what are you looking for out of your opponent? What does he need to do?
So when he's between my legs, holding on to the back of my legs, he's really got to throw himself back and do a full backflip basically, because he's going from standing or bent over basically to standing to the top of his head.
Yeah, this is one of those moves that something bad could happen. Has anything ever bad happened while you're trying it?
No, I actually feel more comfortable with the Canadian Destroyer than a regular pile driver sometimes.
Why is that?
Pile driver, you're getting dropped straight on your head.
Yeah.
With the momentum of the flip, that kind of helps, displace the impact a little bit more.
Yeah, and it's going to help throw your opponent rather than take your opponent straight
Absolutely,
down.
absolutely.
Gotcha. You can show us how it's done?
Let's do it.
I'm out of here.
Get over here.
It's that time. Clear the deck. Cannonball.
Liam, Kevin Owens, one of the industry standards, he does a move called the cannonball, and it hushes the crowd. How is it done?
You have the person sitting down in the corner. Like a lot of the things we talked about today, it's going to be that person leaning forward a little, bracing themselves so that way they can absorb that impact and move with you as they go in. As for me, I just have to commit to a forward roll. Ideally, I want to jump off one foot. Some people do go off both. I go off one. Just commit to the forward roll and land on top of them safely so it's all my back against their body. That's really the base of it, just so, again, we can move in together as opposed to me crushing them, possibly them ricocheting their head back, getting some sort of whiplash. We just move together into that corner, and it's a whole hell of a lot safer.
Yeah, crushing, not good.
Not good.
Not so much. You can show us how it's done?
Absolutely.
I'm out of here.
All right.
VSK RVD, he's electrified audiences for years with his 5-star frog splash. How do you do it?
We jump off as high as we can, bring ourselves up into a ball, open up, and then kind of just land on the guy, and they're just absorbing a lot of impact, but trying to make it as safe for them as we can.
Now, I know Rob, he prides himself on distance.
Yes.
Do you do the same?
I do. I prefer to go further than straight up.
Oh,
I feel
okay.
like I can land on them safer for them if I go further. I don't know why.
What are you telling your opponents beforehand?
Just brace, kind of get those arms ready. I'm going to make a T over you.
Right.
So you want to just be there, and we want to land like chest to chest.
Because if the arms are out, your knees can come down, your elbows can come down.
For sure.
It's dangerous, not only for them, but for you.
Wrestling is a whole lot of get used to not moving when projectiles flying at your face.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, such is life.
Yeah.
You gonna show us how it's done?
Let's do it.
I look forward to it. VSK, one of the most athletic moves is the Spanish fly. I never thought of putting it into my moveset.
No?
I know you do it. What's the secret?
Basically, I tell people it's like a running hug. They're going to run at me, I'm going to put my arm around them, they're going to put their arm around me. They're going to do a front flip, I'm going to do a back flip. And we're going to land me on top of them, kind of next to them.
It sounds like timing is everything in this move.
100%.
What does your opponent have to be wary of?
Really, it's all about that initial connection. Once we have each other, it's like any other move where it's a down up. It's just very fast down up. So as he's coming at me, there we go, and I do my backflip. Once we get to a certain point, I'm kind of holding their shoulder head area, and I'm gonna make sure that I pull them through this so that they don't land on their head or my head, and everyone's safe.
What's the one thing you ask your opponent to make sure they're gonna keep you safe?
Hold on tight.
Hold on tight.
Hold on tight.
You can show us how it's done?
Yeah, you wanna hold on tight?
I do not.
All right.
I'm out of here.
And Lesnar caught him. German suplex. Welcome to Suplex City, Roman Reigns.
Anthony, superstars like Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar made the German suplex a household name. I understand you do a good one. What's your secret?
I really try and pop my hips when I'm giving it. I have my arms wrapped around the guy, pop the hips, and it's also helpful if we get a nice down up, because then we can get it even higher.
Now, Anthony, the person taking the German, what do they have to be most cautious of?
Well, they need to make sure that they jump up, not back, so they don't over-rotate, land on their neck, their head, and get messed up. Be careful of putting your arms back, bracing too soon, because that's how you could dislocate your shoulder or something like that.
I'm living proof. And this, it's one of those moves that it's actually a real move.
Oh yeah, 100%. Amateur wrestling, Greco, like, it's a real move. So you could genuinely get messed up on it if you're not careful.
I know the feeling. You gonna show us how it's done?
Will do.
Looking forward to it.
Look at the strength of a big man. Sit-out pile driver.
Now, Bear, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi had the Rikishi driver. You have improved upon it, and you do a version called the Monster Driver.
So, given to me by Monster Mac, he would do the Rikishi driver, which is an inverted pile driver where you have the person over your shoulder, kind of like a Davey Boy Power Slam style. And you're holding the head real tight to your stomach, so they're not going anywhere.
Gotcha.
And I got a big ass, so that takes
Me
the
too.
brunt of the absorption. The monster driver is if somebody were to go for a sunset flip first.
Okay.
So they're right under me trying to get a pinfall maneuver. Someone else comes, usually their tag partner. I pick them up in the Rikishi driver and I sit on their chest, showing the fans that I'm drilling their partner's head into their chest. I've never once had someone's head actually touch their chest. It just comes that close.
It looks devastating. What do you need out of your opponent? What do you tell them ahead of time to be ready for?
So the guy under me going for that sunset flip, I tell them when that's coming, just bring their arms, puff out their chest, so you get that nice platform. You don't want to just be laying and loose. You want to be nice and tight. And the guy taking the Rikishi driver, I hold their head the whole time. I have them, and I just say, hug me as tight as you can. So we come down together.
Now, do you use this as your finisher?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, this is your finisher?
Yeah.
You're gonna show us how it's done, right?
Sure thing.
I'm getting out of this ring.
Right here, right now. Oh, got him up and a jackhammer.
Now, Gabby, Goldberg made a career out of finishing his opponents off with the jackhammer. I understand you do a great one.
Yes.
You gonna show us how it's done?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the secret?
So you hook them kind of like a suplex, but you're gonna hold them up and then drill them, pulling their head and then rotating their body, you land with them.
Do you like to get them up and stall, hold them up and keep them up there?
Yes.
So the opponent taking the move, what do they have to be mindful of?
So they have to post on my hip high as possible, and they're really just holding their bodies stiff, and then I land them safely.
So once you get them up, you just tell them, be as straight as a board.
Yep.
Show us how it's done.
Cool.
Massive kick to the back of the head.
Now, Jay George, WWE Hall of Famer Booker T is known for more than his spin-a-rooney. He's known for his scissor kick. We don't know what the secret is. You do. What is it?
Basically, it's real simple. I lift my left leg up. I use that momentum to bring my right leg down, and it's just basically meat on meat. I aim for the meaty part of the back there.
Hit people hard in safe spots.
Exactly.
So you're telling your opponent what before the match?
All I want them to do is them bent over, and I want like a nice flat surface like that, and then they just got to take a face bump.
I want to see it.
You want to take it?
I don't want to take it.
Look at this. Look at this. Got him up. Wow. 500 pounds.
Bull, one of the most iconic moves in wrestling, the body slam. Now, we all remember WrestleMania 3. Hogan picks up Andre the Giant, slamming him down, shocking the Silver Dome. But what is the secret?
When you line up to body slam me, I'm gonna post right here on your hip.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cartwheel my legs over your shoulders. So that when you scoop me up, I just go right up, and then you can place me down.
Okay, Bull, you're not a small individual. You're saying that you can post up and someone smaller than you can body slam you.
That's right.
I'm calling bullshit.
Yeah?
Who are we gonna have to slam you today?
I got somebody.
This is incredible. How many times he goes swinging? This is incredible.
Gabby, the Cesaro swing, it's a spectacular looking move, but to me, it looks a little bit disorienting. How do you keep your balance and make sure that you perform it correctly?
I would say it's a lot of footwork and the person staying put, so they're holding like a crunch position,
Okay.
which helps a lot. And I've been told you can't look down, you have to look up.
You have to
so
look
that
up.
helps.
Now, Gabby, to me, it looks like both wrestlers get taken for a ride, but who do you think takes the brunt of it?
Definitely the person taking it.
The person taking it?
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Vertical suplex by Rhea Ripley.
She could stand there all day. My gosh.
Brian, another classic wrestling move you see in most WWE matches, a vertical suplex. I used to do them with Lance Storm, and we would literally see how long we could hold ourselves up.
Stalling.
Stalling.
Right.
What's your secret?
But what I really want to do is get the guy up and then land me and him the exact same time on the mat. Nice flush, boom, one bump on the mat. And also, you're hanging on.
Right.
It's the exact same grip on each side, hooked heads, and we become one, basically. And then really in the air for almost a split second. That's all you need.
So where's your opponent placing his hand? What is he doing during the suplex?
All he's got to do is hang on, and then once we get up and over, he can take kind of like a half a bump. You know, any traditional bump that we've seen here, you want to slap out, we say. Obviously, you can't do both hands because one's hooked, but you can still get the one and get that effect, for safety. It'll make the noise, kind of twofold there.
Now, some people like to maybe jump. Are you a jumper?
I'm
or
a
do you just
jumper.
go
I
straight
think
back?
like an old school, boring suplex is like where my legs don't move. I think that's kind of passe. I think the business has passed that one by.
Right.
I like to get a little air, boom. But as long as we land flat, it's going to be, and we're hooked, it's going to be safe.
You can show us how it's done?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thanks for coming, Ivar. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No way. No way. What?
Now, Bear, nothing exemplifies raw power, raw strength like a gorilla press. I know you can do it. What's the secret?
It does help when the guy gives me a little bit of a jump. I tell them to kind of do like a diamond push-up on the opposite the shoulder that they're facing. And the rest is up to me.
I was told, keep your legs stiff and straight as a board. Do you appreciate when your opponent does that?
I do, because if they don't, that's what we call a sandbag. And that's literally like lifting a sandbag over your head, like loose and...
Now, when you have your opponent high up in the air, they're coming down, and we all know you can't fake gravity. Is there any way your opponent can mitigate that pain?
When I lift somebody over my head, I just drop them right forward. I tell them to take a front bump.
Face bump.
A face bump,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
And the thing in wrestling is you want to fully commit, because if you half commit, that is when injuries happen.
And that's when it looks like shit. You gonna show us how it's done?
Absolutely.
I look forward to it. Boom. Every man in the arena coils in pain whenever there's a low blow. But how is it done safely, or as safe as can be done?
Realistically, you just want to make sure you don't actually low blow your opponent, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah, so you want to kind of use the crease of your elbow to kind of protect them as the force is driven up into your nether regions.
Yeah, you don't want to bring a straight arm up. You want to bend that arm and catch the crease and almost catch the inner thigh. Correct. Rather than the jewels.
Right. Theoretically, I would want my opponent kind of square, like so.
All right.
Right? And then what's going to happen is the person would then sneak up behind you. Let's say the referee has your attention.
Gotcha.
Right? And then the person would ball up their fist.
All right.
And kind of place it ready to drive it up and give you the low blow, right?
Right.
So like, let's say for instance, if you were to look down, since you haven't taken a move both times we've been here, sorry, pal.
Damn you, Bull! Big thank you to Brian Myers and all of his students and everyone here at Create a Pro in Hicksfield, New York. If you're looking to become a professional wrestler, this is definitely the place for you. Guys, make fun of me.